Today we're going to talk about Kato Unitrack. I want to tell you why I use it on my layout and why I like it so much. That's coming right up, so stick around. Hi everyone, I'm Roy Smith. Welcome to my layout. A few days ago, one of my subscribers, Randy Piasecki, posted a really great comment concerning Kato Unitrack on my video update about Evanston. I want to share Randy's comment with you because he inspired today's discussion. In his comment, Randy wrote, "Hi Roy, Evanston is coming along nicely. You showed a great example of using Kato Track over Flex Track. After a few op sessions and the Kato arrangement is not working, it is easy to take the Kato track up and start over using the same track. I do the same thing when I put in a new section on my layout. Run a few op sessions to see if my track arrangement works before I ballast it. I follow a list of things to do when I put in a section of new track similar to yours. The finer details come last after I finish the track arrangement. Looking forward to see what is next on your layout, Randy." Thanks for the comment, Randy. It's great to hear from you. I always love hearing from my subscribers and viewers. So, we're going to talk about Kato Track today. I need to begin by making a couple of disclaimers. First, I'm not receiving any promotional fees from Kato. In fact, I'm not affiliated with Kato in any way. Second, I'm not here to convince you to use Kato Track on your layout. The only thing I want to do is tell you about my experience with it. I'm just a guy who uses Kato Track and likes it very much. Also, please remember that I model in N scale, so I'm not qualified to speak about Kato Unitrack in HO scale. And one last thing before we begin to talk about Kato Track. I've often heard people say Kato, but the correct pronunciation is Kato. I guess it doesn't matter how you say it, although I suppose Mr. Kato would prefer that you say Kato. As Randy said in his comment, Kato Track is extremely easy to lay and to rearrange as desired. I agree with him 100%. To be sure, every brand of track has advantages and disadvantages, and Kato is no exception. Back in the mid-1980s, I built my previous layout using Atlas Flex Track. Then I left the hobby for almost 30 years, but came back to it 3 years ago in 2014. That's when I discovered Kato Track. Right away I decided to use it on my current layout, and I have never regretted that decision. And not only is Kato Track easy to lay, it is also easy to change the track arrangement after you lay it. A track plan may look great on paper, but I've discovered that sometimes I want to change the track when I'm already in the process of building the layout and operating on it. It's especially easy to change the arrangement of Kato Track before I've glued it down and painted it and applied ballast. That's certainly the case as you saw in my update video about Evanston, where I'm now on my third and hopefully final track arrangement. What's more, Kato Track enables me to run trains over a period of time to test my track arrangement and then easily make any changes before wiring it permanently and ballasting it. But I think it will be fairly easy to make changes in my track work even if I have already wired the track permanently and applied ballast. On my layout, I have discovered 5 areas where small changes in the track work would make big improvements in operations. Back in February of this year, I uploaded a video showing you those 5 areas. I'll post a link to that video down below. And I will show you how I go about actually making the changes in a future video using a technique suggested by Mike Pfeiffer. I'll also post a link to Mike's video down below. One last thing about the ease of using Kato Track. I don't have to solder the track or the wiring. It's pretty much just plug and play. So Kato Track is easy to use, but it's also very reliable. In fact, it's often described as being bulletproof. Reliability is one of Kato Track's greatest assets. It was designed to be put together and taken apart repeatedly like this, and still have a great flow of current through it. The secret is Kato's Unijoiners. Because of them, the track can be snapped apart, together and apart, quickly and securely, time after time. It is these Unijoiners which distinguish Kato Track from other brands and which explain why it is called Unitrack in the first place. But model railroaders do have several complaints about Kato Track. First, they say it is very expensive. I guess that's true, but I don't make compromises on my layout. I want to use the best and most reliable track that I can. A second complaint about Kato Track is that it's not realistic or prototypical looking. In particular, the tie spacing and integrated plastic roadbed come under criticism. I suppose, like any track, Kato can look shiny and toy-like when you first buy it, but to me it looks as good as any other brand of track once you paint and ballast it. Let me show you the difference. Here's an example before and after painting and ballasting it. I uploaded a video way back in December 2015 showing you how I paint and ballast my track. I'll put a link to that video down below as well. Another comment, or complaint I should say, that you often hear is that, like other brands of sectional track, Kato Track locks you into toy-like track plans. I disagree. Let me show you what can be done. Here at Echo Canyon on my layout, the track plan does look toy-like, and I'm going to change it. By comparison, look at the graceful curves over here at Evanston. Kato Track comes in a great variety of track lengths and radii, and you can combine it into realistic, prototypical looking arrangements. And then there's the super elevated Kato Track with easements. Super elevation is the term used to describe track in which the outer rail on a curve is higher than the inner rail. That is, the curve is banked just like on the prototype. To me, super elevation looks great, and I can buy it ready-made from Kato. Alright, let's talk for a second about the lengths of Kato straight track and the radii of curved track. Kato Track is available in a wide range of straight and curved sections. There are currently 9 different straight lengths and 9 different curved radii. And you can choose between single track with wooden ties or double track with cement ties. Either way, it comes in packs like this. On my layout, I use number 6 turnouts exclusively. They are extremely reliable and almost never cause derailments. I can't comment on the number 4 turnouts because I'm not using any of them on my layout, but some guys have complained about them. There is something about the geometry of Kato number 6 turnouts though. Using number 6 turnouts as a yard ladder causes the yard tracks to be more widely spaced than they should be. But that does have an advantage. I can easily reach between the yard tracks without knocking over the cars on adjacent tracks. Right now, all of the turnouts on my layout are within easy reach, so I can operate them manually. But I may eventually use NCE switch cats to automate some of my turnouts, especially those in the staging yard. I like the way Kato builds its switch machines right into the turnouts, so it's possible to see the switch machines on the layout. One last thing, and that is drop feeders. I use Kato's terminal unijoiners for drop feeders. This is how they come in a pack and what they look like out of the pack. Each pack includes a set of unijoiners plus instructions, and one of these devices to remove the existing unijoiners in order to replace them with terminal unijoiners. I've got a whole bag full of these things. And naturally, I'm very careful about always installing the white and blue wires on the same rail all the way around the layout to avoid reversing the polarity and thus causing shorts. I connect the blue and white wires to separate barrier strips under the layout, and then I connect the barrier strips to blue and white wires respectively on the bus wires. No soldering for me if I can possibly avoid it. The terminal unijoiners aren't cheap, but to me they're worth it. I install them every 3 to 5 feet of track, but I'll bet a single feeder could power my entire layout. Right now a single feeder is powering all of my yard tracks over here at Evanston, though I will be installing feeders in every segment of track once I'm sure that I won't be making any more changes in the track arrangement. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts about Kato Track. Again, I want to thank Randy for inspiring me to talk about it today. As I said before, Kato Track is not for everybody, but I'm happy with it, and I won't be going back to Flex Track anytime soon. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If you used or have used Kato Track, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And if you're thinking about using it but you're not sure, don't hesitate to ask questions or express your concerns down below. And if you hate it and would never use it, feel free to say that and why. Until next time then, thanks for watching and happy railroading.